Good day, everyone. I am Dr. Michelle D. Clark, CEO and founder of Lift After Breast Cancer, where we empower you to live inspired, free, and transform. And I'm coming to you today. In case you missed my broadcast this morning and you are not aware, today is Giving Tuesday. So, do you know what today is? Today is Giving Tuesday. And it's so important. I want to just briefly frame why it's important to be a part of Giving Tuesday today, whether you're able to donate or sponsor Survivor or just share the information, all is important to amplify. Why? Because not only am I the CEO and founder of Lift After Breast Cancer, but I am also a breast cancer survivor myself. And I know all of the trials and tribulations and ups and downs and twists and turns that my breast cancer journey took me on. And I was not the same person I was beforehand. Part of that is really a good thing because of my journey, that's what birthed Lift After Breast Cancer. So anyone who's heard those words, ring, 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 the way I heard it, you got breast cancer, right? That's how I was delivered the message. Hopefully no one else received it that same way. But our brunch is a way for survivors to get together. It's more than just food and fellowship. It truly is a experience that the breast cancer survivors are, us as breast cancer survivors, as well as our supporters. So the brunch is for both survivors and supporters. And supporters could include maybe you've been diagnosed with another kind of cancer, maybe not at all, prayerfully not at all. But anyone who is an ally with us, who wants to stand in solidarity with us, this is the place to be. You want to be at the brunch. But right now, what we're doing is our goal is to sponsor 30 survivors for our brunch. 30 survivors to be able to be empowered, to be lifted, to be transformed, be a part of this transformative experience. Again, as a breast cancer survivor myself, I know all the challenges that I experienced. My journey was very, very long. It started in 2015, and I recently just had a surgery. It was a revision surgery this January in 2025. My active treatment took about a year. So from the time that I had the mastectomy and then I had radiation therapy, then I had to wait for a reconstruct because prior to breast cancer, I had 2 strokes. And then after breast cancer, I had a mini stroke. So all those things played a factor in me being able to put my life back together again. And that consisted of a lot. And so I literally saw my body burn to ashes after radiation therapy. My body didn't feel the same or look the same. When I put on my power suit, it wasn't powerful anymore. I started to feel like not the same girl when I looked in the mirror at myself. All the self-doubt and the confidence going down the drain. When I was experiencing some of the symptoms from the medications, the brain fog, the memory loss, the dry mouth, this, that, you name it, weight gain, mood swings. It was like everything you see at the bottom of the commercial and the person talking fast at the end of the commercial. I was experiencing all those things. I didn't know who I was anymore. But the good news is that when I had to pause in my pain and I was able to pull out the passion and purpose and realize that it was for me to work with breast cancer survivors. And that's why we created Lift After Breast Cancer. Thereafter, the Lord placed it on my heart to turn a date that I had that was devastation for me on March 23rd of 2023, when I had what I call the snatch surgery. I thought it was the final surgery that was going to put me back together again, balance out the girls and all those types of things. I call my breasts my girls, right? Balance those things out and feel whole again. Everybody's journey is different. Whether you decide to reconstruct or not, you can find yourself to be a whole person thereafter. But for me, it was the reconstruct. And so with that, I thought this was going to be the surgery. This is going to be it. It's going to be the one to balance things out and bring me back hope in life again, right? And nope, it was snatched. It was snatched because they thought that I had COVID. The test said I had COVID. It actually was a false positive, as we found out. But it wasn't until after I'd already left the hospital, made to leave the hospital, that I found out it was another false positive. So rescheduled. Unfortunately, 10 days before that rescheduled surgery, I then did catch COVID. So another delay. Finally, third time's a charm. And I did have that surgery in 2023, but it was 5 months of that delay that I was paused in my pain, couldn't work, couldn't do much of anything, but really just reflect and talk to the Lord and have those conversations. And again, so that's why we have our brunch in March and not in October, when all the other things are happening for breast cancer awareness. In addition to that, y'all, breast cancer survivors, we're not just resilient and beautiful and strong just in October. It extends 365. So we have our brunch in March because it was put on my heart to change that date of devastation that I had on March 23rd of 2023, 1 year later, and have a brunch to celebrate, elevate, and transform all the survivors in that room. And so that's what we did. In March 23rd of 2024, we had our first annual brunch, and it was fabulous. You can actually go to my website. It's on here, www.michelledclark.com/lift-brunch. And you can see a video, a sizzle reel from the brunch that we had our first year out. This year, we sold out in 2025, and we're looking to do that again in 2026. We need your help. So yes, we want to have more than 30 breast cancer survivors in the room, but we want to be able to sponsor 30 survivors. So then that way, and let me put this ticker up here. So that way, for this Giving Tuesday, we want to sponsor 30 survivors. So that way, they don't have to come a dime out of their pocket to attend the room at the VIP level. It was so phenomenal. We had our VIP pink carpet photo shoot experience. And for those who attended, they know exactly what that means. And you can attend this year coming up as well in 2026 March. But let's start off with sponsoring 30 survivors to allow them to be in the room and not have to worry about some of the financial toxicity that they may have experienced that may keep them out of this room to be a part of a transformative experience. Again, it's not just a brunch. It's not just food and fellowship. It's way more than that. We have a program this year that is going to supersede the other 2 years, that is truly going to help our survivors to understand, learn, and live what it means to live, inspire the lives of our survivors after active treatment. So after the bell is rung, they think that we're well after the bell. And that's not the case. I knew that as a survivor myself. I knew that wasn't the case. I see some comments coming in. Yes. So a viewer said my grandma had breast cancer and got rid of it. Exactly. Let me show this on here right here. So yeah, my grandmother had breast cancer and got rid of it, but it came back. I didn't know after you get rid of it, it could come back. And yes, it can. That's called a recurrence, and it most certainly can. And sometimes it doesn't come back in the breast. It may come back in other parts of the body. And so it's so important that as we are talking about our survivors, we're going to, and we have a community for that. We'll talk about that another time. Hit me up on the back end. We'll definitely make sure that you can get information about our community. We're meeting this Saturday virtually. But it's so important that in that room, we talk about things like that. And we also talk about ways that survivors can truly heal. See, recovery doesn't mean going back to what you were before. Recovery means healing forward. How do you put your life together, moving forward with the experience that you had, incorporating things, realizing and understanding that you're not beautiful despite what you've been through. You're beautiful because of what you've been through. And this extends out not just to our survivors, but also to supporters. So our brunch is for survivors and supporters, men and women, all alike. Come one, come all. This is a transformative experience that is designed, that's cultivated, that's curated just for you. Hey, Heather, I see you coming in. Hey. Heather's coming in. Say 67. I don't know what 67 means, but I just said it's 67. So yeah, welcome, Heather. And to those of you who are watching this, even on the replay, please go to our website right now. So this is my ask, right? Go to our website and you will see that you can sponsor a survivor to be able to attend the brunch that's happening in March. But today is Giving Tuesday. And actually, let me go ahead and bring this up here. So we have our Giving Tuesday, which is today, December 2nd. You can scan the QR code if you're not watching on your phone, or take a screenshot of it and then be able to pull it up later, but later today, that is. And then also our web site, go just to www.michelledclark.com/lift-brunch, right? So you can put that on there as well. And actually, let me put that here so that you guys can also see that. So www. Because I know right now you can't see it because I have the screen minimized where I'm talking from. But let's get this up here so you can also see that. And we'll add that as a comment. So now it's a comment, and the comment is coming in on YouTube. So I don't know if you're watching on Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn, whichever where you're watching, but I just put the link there, and it's also in our comments, right? So, but it's there on Facebook. But please go to our Giving Tuesday, go to my website, sponsor a survivor. If you can't sponsor a survivor in whole, sponsor in part. Just donate whatever you can, big, tall, small, and all. We are grateful for whatever it is that your heart desires and leads you to give. We're happy and grateful for that. So yes, Lift After Breast Cancer stands for Living Inspired, Free, and Transformed After Breast Cancer. We focus on the after, the what's next. After you recover from active treatment, what do you do next? How do you live your best life after that? That's what we focus on. So We want to help survivors to be able to be in the room for our brunch, our celebration, elevation, transformation brunch that's happening on March 21st of 2026. But today you can sponsor a survivor, and we will advertise your name if you so choose to as a sponsor, because we also have a digital ad. So when you look at when you go to the page, go to my website, click on the link, the button that says Giving Tuesday. It's going to take you to our dedicated Eventbrite page that talks about Giving Tuesday. And you'll also see that you can purchase an ad that can talk about your company, whether it be a flyer, a business card, or a 30-second video that you have already pre-produced. That's an MP4 format that you send to us after you have purchased the ad, and it will run. We'll have the digital ad book running at the beginning, during the brunch, and we're also going to send it out, blast it out to the email to all of the people who registered, all the registered attendees, and blast it out to them as well. So you can participate in multiple ways. 100% of your donations today will go towards sponsoring a survivor. 100%, not a portion of the proceeds. No, 100% will go to sponsoring a survivor. And here's the deal. Yes, Lift After Breast Cancer is an LLC. We're not a 501c3. We're not a nonprofit. However, we are a mission-driven company, and 100% of your donations will go towards sponsoring a survivor. So we thank you so much in advance. I thank you so much also for listening to a portion of my breast cancer story. As we go through the weeks and go through the months, I'll be dropping more pieces of my breast cancer story, because I'm telling you, it's a lot, and it spanned many years. And we want to make sure that every survivor feels beautiful, not just in October, understands that their worth, their value has not decreased because of what they've experienced, but it has increased because of what they've experienced. We now have something, a gift, a skill, a talent, resource that we can draw from because of what we have experienced. So I'm gone. I'm out of here. I want to keep this shorter than what I did this morning. So thank you for spending a portion of your lunch, your brunch, wherever you're watching from. Maybe you're about to go to bed, depending on what part of the world you're watching in from. So we thank you so, so much. Again, I'm going to put up here. So www.michelledclark.com/lift-brunch, and that's LIFT. So, and Michelle is with one L. So www.michelleclark.com/lift-brunch, BRUNCH. Thank you so much in advance for your donations. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being supportive of us as breast cancer survivors. I love you to life. And I'll put that flyer up there one more time for those who may just be tuning in. I see some more eyeballs coming in. So please make sure to scan the QR code, make a difference. Share this out with someone. Right? We share funny things all the time. Share this broadcast out. You may not be able to give it all, and that's okay too. But if you share this, it's absolutely free to share this out with your community. Share this out with a loved one, with a family member, with a friend, with a coworker, with a boss, with someone who you know is philanthropic. Any way it goes, please share this out with others. Share this broadcast and share out. Today is Giving Tuesday, and we are looking for your support today. Make us your company of choice. Lift After Breast Cancer. Again, we thank you so much. We love you to life. My name is Dr. Michelle D. Clark, and I am the CEO and founder of Lift After Breast Cancer. And we are here to empower you to live inspired, free, and transform. Take care. God bless. See you soon.